Okay, we have Independence Day coming up in a couple of weeks. I delved into the dictionary and really looked up the word independence, freedom from control, right? So I'm definitely interested in learning more about freedom from the control of the supposed material world. So I delved into the pastor, and this is what I found out about independence. Psalms. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth, and even forevermore. Have mercy upon me, O God, according to thy loving kindness. Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. Restore unto me the joy of thy salvation, and uphold me with thy free spirit. 1 Corinthians. Let every man abide in the same calling wherein he was called. Art thou called being a servant? Care not for it, but if thou mayest be made free, use it rather. For he that is called in the Lord, being a servant, is the Lord's free man. Likewise also, he that is called being free is Christ's servant. John. Then said Jesus to those Jews which believed on him, If ye continue in my word, then are ye my disciples indeed, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Verily, verily I say unto you, whosoever committeth sin is the servant of sin. And the servant abideth not in the house forever, but the Son abideth ever. If the Son therefore shall make you free, ye shall be free indeed. Romans. Know ye not that to whom ye yield yourselves servants to obey, his servants ye are to whom ye obey, whether of sin unto death, or obedience unto righteousness. Being then made free from sin, ye became the servants of righteousness. Galatians. Stand fast, therefore, in the liberty wherewith Christ hath made us free, and be not entangled again with the yoke of bondage. Romans. There is therefore now no condemnation to them which are in Christ Jesus, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit. For the law of the Spirit of life in Christ Jesus hath made me free from the law of sin and death. And correlative passages from our textbook. The power of God brings deliverance to the captive. No power can withstand divine love. Truth brings the elements of liberty. Truth makes man free. On its banner is the soul-inspired motto, slavery is abolished. Discerning the rights of man, we cannot fail to foresee the doom of all oppression. Slavery is not the legitimate state of man. God made man free. Paul said, I was freeborn. All men should be free. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. Love and truth make free, but evil and error lead into captivity. Men and women of all climes and races are still in bondage to material sense, ignorant how to obtain their freedom. Human reason and religion come slowly to the recognition of spiritual facts, and so continue to call upon matter to remove the error which the human mind alone has created. When we endow matter with vague spiritual power, we disown the Almighty. For such theories lead to one of two things. They either presuppose the self-evolution and self-government of matter, or else they assume that matter is the product of spirit. The human thought must free itself from self-imposed materiality and bondage. Christian Science reveals incontrovertibly that mind is all in all, that the only realities are the divine mind and idea. The voice of God in behalf of the African slave was still echoing in our land when the voice of the herald of this new crusade sounded the keynote of universal freedom, asking a fuller acknowledgement of the rights of man as a son of God, demanding that the fetters of sin, sickness, and death be stricken from the human mind, and that its freedom be won not through human warfare, not with bayonet and blood, but through Christ's divine science. My discovery that erring, mortal, misnamed mind produces all the organism and action of the mortal body set my thoughts to work in new channels. When apparently near the confines of mortal existence, standing already within the shadow of the Death Valley, I learned these truths in divine science, that all real being is in God, the divine mind, and that life, truth, and love are all powerful and ever present. The spiritual leaven signifies the science of Christ and its spiritual interpretation. Ages pass, but this leaven of truth is ever at work. It must destroy the entire mass of error and so be eternally glorified in man's spiritual freedom. Like our nation, Christian Science has its declaration of independence. God has endowed man with inalienable rights. God has built a higher platform of human rights, and he has built it on diviner claims. These claims are not made through code or creed, but in demonstration of, on earth, peace, goodwill toward men. Human codes, scholastic theology, material medicine, and hygiene fetter faith and spiritual understanding. Divine science rends asunder these fetters, and man's birthright of sole allegiance to his maker asserts itself. Christian Science raises the standard of liberty and cries, "Follow me." Escape from the bondage of sickness, sin, and death. Jesus marked out the way. Citizens of the world, accept the glorious liberty of the children of God and be free.